Let's talk about renovation project, whether it's a house or a building or whatever type of property it is that you want to renovate. How can you accurately estimate the cost? Where does it start? What do you do? So the first thing you need to do is you need to walk the property and make a detailed list of every single little thing that needs to be done. If you don't know what to look for, you can hire an inspector to go out and do a property inspection, home inspection, building inspection, whatever it is, and create a report for you. And you can go through that inspection with the inspector and let them point things out that you need to look for and look at. And you can make notes of the things that need to be repaired. And then you just break them down and determine the cost of those items. And if you have no idea what costs are, then you can just talk to the different trades and the different individuals that do those types of projects and that type of work and get their standardized pricing. Everybody has standardized pricing: electrical, plumbing, HVAC, carpentry, painting, roofing, siding, windows, flooring, cabinets, kitchens, appliances. All that stuff has standardized pricing. So you can call the different suppliers and vendors in your area to get their pricing and how they calculate it. Some things are by the square, which means 100 square feet, like roofing and siding. Some things are by the square foot, like painting. And some flooring is by the square foot. Some flooring is by the yard, which you can ultimately break down to the square foot. So everything can be broken down to the basic levels of standardized pricing. As an investor or developer, that's what you want to have. You want to have a detailed spreadsheet of everything that needs to be done. You want to have standardized pricing. So then when you go out to do the work and talk to a subcontractor or a turnkey general contractor, depending on the project and what you're doing, then you can just tell them what you've calculated for the budget and just show them what your standardized pricing is. And there won't be any question about the project. Now you can get bids, of course, and compare the bids to what you calculated. And if it comes in lower, then you're fine. If it comes in more and it's realistic, you can just go back to them and say, hey, here's how I calculated it. This is what I have for the standardized pricing. Do you want the job? So if you calculated $1,000 for painting and they come in at $1,200, you can go back and say, look, I calculated $1,000. Can you do the project for that? So there's always a little room for negotiation. You don't want to beat anybody down. You don't want to try to squeeze every nickel out of everybody that you can. What you want to do is you want to be a good partner, a good investor to work with. You want your subs to be, and your contractors to be profitable. You want to try to make their life easy so that they can make the most money possible in the least amount of time, which will ultimately make you the most money in the least amount of time. So you just want to create this standardized pricing with your contractors and have open, honest discussions with them. If you don't know how to calculate what a project will take or what it'll cost, then meet with the contractor, carpenter, whoever it is, and just kind of break it down by the hour. Carpenters fully tooled up are going to be 25 to 40 bucks an hour, depending on where you are and who you're working with. So you just get together with that carpenter and you say, okay, I want to remove this wall. It's going to take 2 of you 4 hours to get this thing down, get it out, clean it up. So at $40 an hour for a carpenter, 20 bucks an hour for a helper, that's $60 an hour, 4 hours, 250 bucks, right? 240 bucks. So that's kind of how you estimate tasks. You just look at it realistically with the professional. They'll get a really good idea how long it'll take. Then you just come up with a number. So that way you're not stuck doing anything by the hour. You can put a turnkey standardized price on everything. So that is how you estimate rehab costs, renovation costs for a project. You just break it down to the task, make a nice list, just go through it, make a list for everything, and then price it out reasonably, realistically, with the help of the tradesmen and the contractors, suppliers, and vendors, so that you know that your pricing is accurate.